It's day 17. I'm Leah Remillet. You are here in the Stacking Balance Challenge, 21 micro shifts. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? We are already at day 17. Now, I feel like we're kind of on a food kick right now because yesterday we were talking about doubling protein, which is such an effortless way to do meal prep because it doesn't take any extra time. But then the part of the meal that takes the longest, which is always cooking the protein, you have double, so you're taking care of for another night. Now we're shifting this, and now we're talking about another ridiculously simple but so helpful food prep thing, and that's making your lunch for tomorrow. Raise your hand if you've ever skipped lunch because you were too busy, or you grabbed something totally random, unsatisfying, not at all in line with your goals because, well, it was fast. Yeah, me too. Same. So when you have lunch ready ahead of time, it is so much easier to eat better. Obviously, you save time and you actually enjoy the break because you don't spend the whole time trying to figure out what the heck to make. So I want you to tonight, before bed, pack a lunch for tomorrow. You can obviously do this with the whole family. You know, if you need to be packing lunches for kids, you could get all those done. If you need to just have lunch for yourself, great, do that. It can be as simple as leftovers, a salad, or even a sandwich. I'm going to be honest, my favorite way I ever did lunches was back in the day. All my kids were in elementary school. So, I mean, this was a while back, but they're all in elementary school. And I had done this exercise where I decided I was going to visualize and think about what is my perfect day. And I was really surprised that as I'm dreaming up and visualizing this perfect day, one of the things that I had decided was that I would have lunch. I kind of never had lunch. I did the, eat on the fly, maybe I forgot, whatever. But in my perfect day, I would stop for 30 minutes and actually pause and enjoy my lunch. I imagine sitting out on the deck in the summertime. I imagine watching, a video training I've been wanting to watch, or reading a article I've been wanting to read, or listening to a podcast, that hopefully Balancing Busy, that, you're into, right? But just this actual reset moment where for 30 minutes I would set a timer and pause. But I was I don't really want to have to make the lunch and everything, right? So I went to a higher end grocery store. So, your Whole Foods type grocery store. And they had these pre-made lunches that, came in these little tins, and they were amazing. I remember my favorite one was a lobster risotto. Are you kidding? Who doesn't want to have lobster risotto for lunch? I will say, current me would be Leah, you cannot be having lobster risotto for lunch. That is not within your health goals. But I was 30 back then, so I could, and it was fantastic. And it was so amazing. I would buy these. So I'd buy, 5 for the week. I'd put them all in the fridge and I'd pull one out a day. And it was so fantastic. So yes, you can make your lunch, but I am absolutely about figuring out what works for you. So if you want to go run over to the grocery store and see what pre-made stuff there is and do it that way, go girl, go. That sounds amazing. So maybe it's going to be your leftovers. Maybe you're going to make your own lunch. Maybe you're going to go buy something, whatever it's going to be. I love it. It's just that you're going to do it now so that it is prepped and it is ready for you so that you don't have to scramble or skip your lunch altogether. Studies show that people who plan their meals in advance, they eat healthier, they spend less money, and they reduce stress. So this is going to help your budget. This is going to help your waistline, and this is going to help your stress levels. And when you're not making food decisions in the moment, you're more likely to fuel yourself well. I mean, we all know that. If I wait too long and I'm starving, all I want is empty carbs. That sounds like the most amazing thing. When I'm making decisions ahead of time, I'm oh yes, I'm going to choose the salad, right? It's just amazing. So this is another one of those gifts that's for future you. It's a small act of self-care that makes tomorrow smoother. And you can magnify this if you want. As I said, I used to buy 5 at a time. So it'd be the whole week, right? You might be I just really love having apple slices and cheese and peanut butter and I don't know, some protein, some chicken. That could be really easy to prep for several days. So however it's going to work for you, you get to adapt. But the point is you're ready for tomorrow, and you can do the same thing with your kids as well. Okay. text your accountability pod. It's that time, and tell them what you're going to have for lunch. Who wins? Who is having the very best lunch? What hacks and ideas can you learn from each other where you're like, oh my gosh, that's a good one. I am totally trying that next week. That's day 17. I will see you tomorrow as we tackle our next micro shift.